Today, I'm gonna teach you about triangles.
We know that's not the way we do math in here. Now let's get started. We're going to talk about triangles today. Yes, triangles. Those little three pointy things. Now, up until now, we have worked a lot on the words acute, right, and obtuse. Right now, hearing those words, acute, right, and obtuse, should create angles in your head, thinking about how they look. We've done them physically standing outside. We've practiced them on our desks. Now it's time to put them to knowledge. So, with that being said, let's start with acute. Remember, acute is as we thought it was acute. It's small. So look at this down here. Here's our definition. All of the angles in this acute triangle are less than 90 degrees. So no matter what angle you're looking at here, all three of these angles, they are all acute. Small there, even this one on top is small. So all of those angles are less than 90 degrees, so we know this triangle is an acute triangle. Here's next one is the easy one, right triangle. Remember, right angles are perfect. Perfect 90 degrees, like the corner of a box. In this case, a right triangle is where one of the angles, and only one of them, inside the triangle is 90 degrees. When you look at this triangle in front of you, you should see where that angle is already, but I'll draw it out to you. Right here, that's our 90-degree angle. Remember, to show that, I put a little nice box in the corner to say, that's my right angle. It's perfect, it's 90 degrees. So a right triangle has one of those 90-degree angles in it. Next, we go to the obtuse. We know what acute means. It's acute. We know right is perfect. Now obtuse is the big guy. So with obtuse, there is one angle inside of this triangle that is larger than 90 degrees. Remember, acute is less than 90, right is 90, obtuse is greater than 90. So that one angle that's greater than 90 degrees is right here, what I just traced for you. If you just look at that triangle, cover up the top of that triangle. Now just look at it there. All you can see is that angle, and that angle is larger than 90 degrees. If he were 90, he'd be going straight up, but he's not. So he is larger than 90. So that's one way you can classify or name a triangle. Is it acute, is it right, or is it obtuse? The next way that I'm going to show you is new to us. These words scalene, isosceles, and equilateral. Let's start somewhere that's familiar. Here's that prefix equal. Now it's spelled a little weird, but we know that equal means the same. So let's start there first. An equilateral triangle is where all of the sides of the triangle are equal. That means that all of the sides are congruent. Congruent means that those sides of an angle are the same length. So all of these angles, I make little hash marks at all of these lines, I should say. All of these lines are equal. They are congruent. It's a perfect length on every corner. They are exactly lined up. Now, knowing that, let's jump to the opposite of an equilateral triangle, and that's a scalene triangle. Scalene means that there are no equal sides of the triangle. Equilateral is all equal. Scalene is there are no sides that are equal. So remember that scalene, there's just yuck, nothing's equal. They're all weird lengths. It doesn't quite work. In the middle of all of that is isosceles, which is a hard one to say. Isosceles triangle. If you look at the bottom of the definition, an isosceles triangle is a triangle with two equal sides. Remember I make those little hash marks here? Those are two equal sides in length. And they are congruent because they are equal in length. This last one, he's not equal to either of them. So an isosceles triangle is a triangle that has two equal, or as we call, congruent sides. So a scalene is no equal sides, isosceles is two equal sides, and an equilateral is all, or three equal sides. This is the other way you can classify a triangle. In the future, we're going to put those together. You're going to be able to say this is an acute scalene triangle. Both are all acute. They're all at different lengths. So that way we know that it's two different things. But for right now, we learned about different forms of triangles, whether they are scalene, no equal sides, isosceles, two equal sides, or equilateral to all equal sides. And we also learned about the thing that we've already kind of been studying, acute triangles, right triangles, and obtuse triangles.